Hi, welcome back to one of the most iconic Minecraft maps of all time. This is Don't Press the Button. I'm sure you remember watching Captain Sparkles or like Dan TDM play this like 7 years ago in 2017. It's insane. I can't wait to play this. And let's begin. I'm also going to get the advancement, taking inventory, because that's annoying. So the lore of this map is that we have to protect this button and not press it. We can read the thing in the bottom. My new job. What do? We have to press this button to start the job. Hello there. I will be your well instructor and welcome me to your new job. Only job is to not press the button. Easy, right? Job's so popular then. Well, you see, the previous people kind of freaked out. They all snapped, press. I think I can handle it. You know, I am. It's Josh 55. So yeah. So we'll see. This is the only first night. So good luck. Oh, and be warned, magic spells are not uncommon around here. Yeah, sure, fine. Bye. Let's see what that means. So we obviously have, why are the stars not moving? I don't know. Probably because those aren't real stars and just blocks placed out there. That is my guess. We have the magic exhibition and this thing. I think this is the hint button. It's been a while since I've watched this. How long actually? Oh my God, I just checked. They made those videos in 2017. It's been 8 years. Dude, I feel like that stuff came out on my subscription feed yesterday. If I remember correctly, those YouTubers made their videos on this map like 8 years ago, so I think we have to press this to continue. Oh, hey, psst, who is there? Press the wood button again to get hints. You'll need them. So the hint system isn't actually optional. We kind of have to do it to proceed, so I'm going to keep going. Why do I need hints? Only I can say now is that night won't end itself. You got to do something, and every night this place changes. This night you have to find the beacon of magic. Do it, or the night will be eternal. I have so many questions. Save them. It's already too late. I must go. See you next night. No, wait. Oh, the button disappeared. Okay, so the elemental library opened, which means we can go inside and grab some stuff in here. There's a chest up here, and this is the beacon of magic, which can be placed on stained glass, which is right here, and that opens up the magic exhibition. Melt the frozen clock and time shall pass. So now we have a little bit of a maze here. Here's the frozen clock, although we need something to actually break that, such as this icebreaker, and we can melt the clock, and the map will continue. Night 1 completed. Have some rest. So now that we're home at our house, we can actually put up some paintings, and they can be placed on wooden planks. Let's put a painting here and here. I love it. All right, now it's green. Of course, we have the plant exhibition, and we're going to press the start. So, second night, huh? Like the job? Too easy. There's nothing to do. Too easy? I thought it was too hard, so I added a hint system. Yeah, added. Nice. Anyways, good night in luck, and press the button again to get some hints. We're going to abuse this. As you can see, the magic element has changed into the plant element. Wow, I didn't notice. You see, every night there's another element, but the weird thing is, there are 10 nights. The 9th element is dark, but to get there, you have to press the button. Oh no! You'll handle it later. I'll open the library for you, and we're going to go inside. Elemental library again. We're going to check all these chests for probably something. The tree of life, for example, can be placed on a grass block. That's probably going to open up the old plant exhibition. So a way up here that we can get down. I don't know if we're supposed to do that, but we're going to do that. Plant exhibition has been opened. See a chest here, and we can get that with our icebreaker. Gives us the vent tool. I think we have to do some parkour here and get up to a vent right here. Yes, we can. So we can get in here with the old vent breaker. And this also brings us to elemental library, which we can get into. But we don't really need to go there. We can instead go over here, which I think brings us to the office. Yeah, there's an area. I don't know if I'm supposed to go down here, but yeah, it's too late now. Water exhibition. Not ready yet. Okay, so this leads us back to the main room, and I think we're going to be able to find the clock. Nice. All right, night 2 completed. Let's have some rest. We have an enchanting table that can be placed on sandstone in 2 different spots. Let's put it here. And this can be placed on sandstone as well. Let's put it there. Cool. We're really decorating the house now. And here we are, the water exhibition. 3rd out of 10. Going great. Keep it up. There's a thing. We closed the library. Oh man. I understand. It was spooky in there. Actually, a cursed book has been found and has to be destroyed immediately. That's why you'll need to find it. Well, gotta go now. Ice is melting. All right, so a cursed book is in the library, I think, or maybe elsewhere. So we gotta find it. Let's hint. The hint system is not helping. Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't need anything. We can just break this and get in. Probably some hints up here in those water streams. Man, this makes you really appreciate the new swimming mechanics. This is terrible. Okay, if it's not in there, maybe we have to go up here and still get to the vents. Dude, the swimming mechanics were so bad in 1.11. This is insane. All right, we can still get to the vent though. All right, now that we're in here, we can go 2 ways. Let's get into the elemental library because we couldn't do this before. It's all boarded shut. All right, please read. Let's read this. To the decursor. Please burn the curse book in the sacred fire that might remove the curse. If that doesn't work, Dark Exhibition, storage 268. The curse book is hidden well, and it only appears when you read this. If you want to get out of the cursed library, find the curse book, and then a chest will contain the barrier breaker. Thanks, Dirk the instructor. Cheers, Dirk. That was helpful. All right, way more space in the library now. So I guess we're just checking every chest possible till we find what we need. Oh, I see a hidden chest back here. Here's the cursed book. Must be destroyed. We have to find the sacred fire somehow. All right, with the cursed book found, the only thing we need to find now is the block breaker, or like the barrier breaker, and that will allow us to get out of here. Oh, it's literally right here. Did I not open that chest before? Okay, whatever. We're in. Okay, with that, I think we can go back to the vents and do another barrier break in a section we couldn't get to earlier. Did I mention how much I hate the water? Oh my God, this stuff is so bad. So bad, dude. I'm so happy they updated the water stuff. Okay, now we can go this way with the barrier breaker. We still need something that we can place on this emerald block to go that way, though. However, we can go this way, which brings us to another vent that we can break. A lot of snow and an area to get back to the main section. Ton of ladders that can be placed on cobblestone. That seems important. And a chest with 2 levers. One for the storage key and one for the roof key. There's our emerald block thing. Although we can't do it yet because the door takes up that block and the sign takes up this block. All right, let's go up here and put this on the emerald block. All right, we made up the vents again and we can put this here. Nice. And if we go up here, there's probably the clock. 2D cursor. Don't leave without the cursed book. We have that. All right, let's break the ice and continue. All right, night 3 is completed. We have some glass panes that can be placed on cobblestone, so that can at least finish the windows of our house. Air exhibition. That sounds pretty cool. Let's press to start the job. Small thing. We noticed that you used the vents. We hereby take your vent tool. Oh my gosh, they did take it. And put it in the storage. Please don't take it back. Also, the vanishing curse book vanished. Not that I care, or anyone. Now I must go. Bye till next night. I think you know what to do. Hint system's kind of helping me here. 1, you need to get the vent tool back, of course. And then this is the night where a lot of people fall off. Don't know why, though. Good luck, but no library, storage, or vents. Oh my god, dude, this is... what do we do? I guess we could reach into here and grab what we can. Whole ton of iron armor. Might as well grab this and put it on. Looking spiffy. And a iron axe, which can break a sign. I assume we're supposed to break this sign, and then probably put the storage key here. We can also break some other signs. Why not? Let's do it. Break every sign imaginable. I have no idea if that's what I'm supposed to do, but why not? All right, anyways, we open up this storage. Let's go in here. Whole ton of paintings. Emergency button. Do not break. Okay, more paintings and a vent tool that can break iron bars. All right, now that we have the vent tool back, we could probably get into here. Oh no, it allows us to break the vent up here and access this chest, the shard of air, which can be placed on snow. Probably here. Nice. Maybe we have to do some parkour, I see. And then to here maybe, and then to here, and then probably to there. Oh no, just here. And then we might be able to break the vents here and get into the vent system. Nice. We can still go up here. Let's go up here for now. Whole ton of chests in here. Emergency glass breaker that can break glass. And that's about it. So glass like this, I assume. Is that what we're supposed to do? I mean, I can see the outside of the map. But more importantly, we can go this way, which gives us access to the elemental library. And might as well flip that lever so we don't lock ourselves in here. Library's quite small though. There's not much in here that we actually need to get to. However, with the glass breaker, we can come back into this storage room, get the emergency button that can be placed on obsidian, and the air shaft button that can be placed on a block of iron. Don't know where the obsidian is, but I do know where the air shaft button that can be placed on iron is. Right over here, we can push this. Oh, it gives us levitation. Oh, that allows us to go here. And then make it to here, where we can then break the clock. That is night 4 completed. And we got ourselves some bookshelves that can be placed on wood. So right here and here. House is looking nice. That's what I get for handing over that button. Oh, yellow. We have the Technic exhibition. Very fancy. Looks like some redstone puzzle. That's kind of scares me. 5th night, and we noticed a few things. I noticed you took something that can break glass. Yeah, that's my emergency glass breaker. I'm not going to take it because you would just take it back. Instead, we heighten security by replacing the button by a wooden one. This way we can notice better when you press it. Remember, if you press the button, you're fired. Bye. You're having trouble. Better watch out. They've replaced the wooden button for some reason. And we have the Technic exhibition and a hopper. Let's try the hint system again. Still have no idea how to solve night. The machine exhibition is here. Oh yeah, try crafting and then trading. Collect 9 shards. Here's the starting one. So, do I have to put this in here? I could also push the button. Like, I have the glass breaker to push this button. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to put the shard in here. All right, that opened this piston, which opens this door. Put the item in slot 1, and the other chest will give. So 2 shards for a roof key, a sign breaker for the library key, an iron sword for the anti-cobweb sword, and 9 shards for a regular shovel. Right now, the only thing I can give up is my sign breaker. Should I do that? I'm going to do it. Gave up my sign breaker, and we have the skeleton skull that can be placed on cobblestone. I assume that's the library key. So let's get out of here and go put this down. We're now in the elemental library, which has a ton of cobwebs, which is, I assume, why we need a cobweb breaker. However, we can't make it to the vents here, so let's break this and get up here. Now that we're in the vents, we can kind of look around. Heading over here to the storage center, we can drop into here, and I see a whole ton of dirt, which is probably why we're going to need that shovel. Nope, we got a sword though, which is, I assume we're going to get the cobweb sword. So that was a successful trip to the storage. So let's put the sword into the anti-cobweb sword. Here we go, can break cobwebs. So let's go back to the elemental library so we can break those cobwebs, and that's going to allow us to proceed a little bit easier. Gives us 2 more shards, which is still not enough. So let's go back to the vents and go this way. We need a block of diamond on this. We can, however, put the 2 shards in here and get ourselves the block of diamond presser, which I know exactly where that is since we were just there. We can go back to the elemental library and back up again. All right, perfect. And then up here in this top room, I assume they're going to give us enough shards to buy the last item. We have 8 still right there. So there's 9. So 9 shards for a regular shovel. Not sure why we have a regular one. So I'm now here with the regular shovel. I'm not sure why it brought me here. So why did we go through this whole effort to get a shovel if the shovel doesn't lead to anything? I'm very confused. Press the hint button and it says, I got nothing but an ordinary shovel. What now? You want to know why you can't press the button? Yes. Fine, I'll show you go through the door. What door? Oh, this one. Okay. Oh, man. Looks like a bomb. There's a bomb below the button. No wonder we could not break it. Icebreaker, though, can break the clock. All right, so that's why we can't press the button. There's a bomb below it. But we did that entire level, basically, and all we got was a normal shovel. However, we can place down some carpet in our house, make it look a little bit better. This will distract the fact that there is a bomb below the area that I work. And we can place a shulker next to the bed. Wow, the house is filling up. Makes sense that I'm working in an environment with a bomb. So, all right, new level. Press the job. This says fire, fire, fire job. We expected this night earth and next fire. And we wanted to say that you shouldn't go down there. It's really dangerous, you know. Yeah, that's it. See ya. Instructor's not very helpful. I'm not gonna lie. So what was that thing? It was a bomb. Not really sure. The museum thinks it's a nuke. Okay, that's probably worse than a bomb. I think it's a magical yet threatening bomb. Thought you would get something to defuse it. Instead, you got a useless shovel. Yeah, I don't know what the point of the shovel is. So you know why you can't press the button anymore. Congrats, no one's made it this far. Wait, what about the clocks? If it explodes, it resets the time, so everything starts over again. Quite something, huh? Anyway, the library isn't locked anymore. Bye. Alright, I assume that means we gotta go in here and look around. It's pretty dark in here. I can barely see, so good luck on the YouTube viewers. We have the Brewer of Fire, which can be placed on soul sand. I assume that's gonna lock up the fire exhibition, which is right here. We're checking this thing out. This is very, lackluster. Nether fort, but it's like 4 blocks. Okay. Can we get to the vent? That is the thing. I don't think so. I think it's too far for us to jump. Nope, definitely too far. Alright, well, there's a random nether tower in here with a chest with nothing inside of it. I don't really know how we're supposed to get to the vents then. Normally our only ways to the vents are through here. Oh, apparently I missed the lava pit. You may only throw shulker boxes in the pit. Don't know why that's relevant. And the sacred fire. A couple wooden... Oh, are these backward stairs? They're not. Oh, I thought it would be my chance for the breaker. Now I remember this. It says, please burn the curse book in the sacred fire. And the sacred fire was actually in here. Alright, so I assume we gotta burn this in here. Okay. Well, that's been done. So I don't know what the burning of the cursed book did for me, but at least we can say we did it. Dude, I've been searching around for a bit now, and I just realized inside the hopper where we burned the cursed book are the answers to what we need. We have a nether star that can break stained glass and a wooden pressure plate that can be placed on wood. Dude, I literally like looked around for so long after doing that. I was like, what am I supposed to do? This whole time we could have just checked the hopper. All right, that brings us down to the bomb though, which again, there's not much we can do down here. Oh, I guess we could get this ladder that can be placed on soul sand. That allows us to get to the vents back in the fire exhibition room. Yeah, that probably would have been smart. All we had to do was check the hopper, dude. I literally searched around for so long. All right, now we're back up here. We can get the berry breaker to get into here, which I think just leads us back to the library. I might as well break this. I don't think it leads to anywhere new. Oh, it actually does. This is the door that we couldn't get into before, but now we can. All right, cool. We have the janitor button, a fire charge, a storage key that can be placed on gold, and a bottle of enchanting. Janitor, please enchant a diamond shovel and swap it for a digger next round. You can use the key for entering the storage and the fireballs if keys don't work. You know where the shovel is. Earth Exhibition 246. Dirk, yes, that's me. Interesting. Okay, so that's to the janitor. We are not a janitor. All right, let's put the storage key down and at least get into here. Whole ton of shulker boxes, which I believe that's probably why this section said to burn shulker boxes in the lava pit. Yeah, it says to burn shulkers in the lava. I assume we're burning those shulkers in there because those are going to clog up our inventories really, really quick. In the meantime, though, let's continue exploring the vents because we haven't come close to exploring everything. We have some sand we can't get through. We have some cobwebs, which we can clean up with the old cobweb breaker. However, we cannot get to those fences. If we go back towards the storage, we have this, which we can break with the old barrier blogger, and a chest, which has a ton of keys here. Let's play around with these. Well, I know where some of these are. For example, the nether quartz ore, I know exactly where that is. That's in the nether fort, and we could probably place it. Oh, perfect. There's a chest up here. Stone pickaxe that can break an orange shulker. All right. In the sacred fire room, we have a moss stone here, which we can place here. Didn't do much. The other thing we got was this stone pickaxe that can break an orange shulker box. The only spot I know where to look is back in the storage. Maybe this guy. Did that do anything for us? I have no idea. All right, well, I didn't see in the nether fortress, but there's another pickaxe that can break blue shulkers as well. So we already broke that orange one earlier. Let's go back and break some blue ones. I spent way too long on this level, and it's kind of embarrassing. All right, so I assume they specifically made it where we can only break the orange and blue ones to proceed down like a maze. And as predicted, yeah, my inventory is filling up quick. I think I've broken every blue and orange shulker in this entire area. And what that did for me, I have no idea. I guess we're supposed to burn them and find out. Let's grab the other ones we couldn't carry and burn these as well. Once again, not really sure what that did for us. I mean, it opened up this room a little bit more, but like, dude, I swear I looked in here. Apparently there's an axe that has a shulker. An axe, yeah, and a shulker that can break an oak fence, and that's up in the vents. Wow, I literally, once again, had another standstill where I was just spending so much time looking. I didn't look back in the sections that I checked hard enough, so that's kind of annoying. Okay, that means though we can go here and we can climb up these ladders because we have the fence breaker. Emergency glass breaker can get into here, which has us 2 more buttons. Magma buttons, let's put those on the magma blocks. I know exactly where those are. The magma blocks are over here. We can put them in here. And we can even put our fire charges in here, which will help us burn the wall here. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to burn a little bit. That's fine. Can someone look at my clock? Something weird's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Let's just make sure nothing's in here. But let's break this ice and continue. All right, bit of a long level for me, but for you it's probably just as long because I cut out all the sections of me searching. But night 6 has been completed. We got ourselves a jukebox and an ender chest. Jukebox can be placed on stone. There we go, the house is looking nice. All right, we're back, and this time it's the Earth exhibition, which I think there's something we need to do in one of the books. It says to swap the diamond shovel for a digger in the next room, and that is today. And the shovel is in Earth exhibition 246, so that's going to be important. We have a whole ton of binary. It'd be interesting if someone in the comments could figure out what that is. Tomorrow's the big night, the dark exhibition. No, wait, 2 more nights. Dang. Anyways, good luck and have fun. Before you go, I have a question. That frozen clock thing, where did you hide it? I have no idea. What are you talking about? Bye. Hint system is, something weird is going on. I suggest you find out. So, no hint. Nope, unfortunately. Okay, elemental library is open though. So let's go in here. Wow, this one's big today. There's the vents, so we can obviously get here with the vents if needed. But we have the Wrath of Earth and an Efficiency 5 bug. I assume we're only going to need 1 to enchant our shovel, so let's just do that. And continue looking around. We have a couple skulls in here. That's kind of scary. Very ominous. I don't really like that. But we can place this here and get inside the Earth exhibition. Man, so I assume we're definitely going to need to enchant that digger somehow to get in here. However, I see the beginning of a parkour course probably. And there's a chest in here. We have some coarse dirt that can be placed on stone, which is exactly what I was looking for. All right, go here, here. Does it make more sense to have it here or there? Probably there, because then we can just go like this. Yeah, there we go. And then we need ourselves the vent tool, and we can get into the vents. All right, let's go left immediately. We can't get through that sand. If we go up this way towards that upstairs area, we also can't get there. If we go here towards the storage room, we can get out the barrier breaker and the vents. Let's go into the storage now. We have a exhibition key that can be placed on bedrock, and a whole ton of sand we can't get through. However, we go back into the Earth exhibition room. We can put this here and get into the theater. Oh man, did we just lock ourselves in here? Oh, we did. Okay. To everyone, watch out for the plate. It might lock you in. Wow, thanks, man. Well, we can leave through the vents, I think. All right, so Earth exhibition 246. So 246. Nice. And we can probably enchant our digger here. Let's do it again. Well, that has enchanted. Okay, perfect. It switched for sand, so now we can dig up some sand here. Might as well dig up all the sand. I don't think any of this really matters, but let's break this to get into the vents, and let's leave this room that we got ourselves locked in. All right, so this was the backside of the sand from that one area right off this start. Now, we originally went right towards the storage, but we can go left here and get back into the elemental library. Yeah, that drops us dead in the center. That doesn't really help. However, if we get back into the storage, we can now use that newly found digger to clean up all of this sand. All right, now we can probably break this with the stained glass breaker, which is this nether star. And in this chest, we have a roof key, which can be placed on gold block, which means we have to back cycle all the way back to here. Get into here, roof key, bang, and up we go. One chest in here, stone pickaxe that can break tile, skull, skeleton, name. I assume those are the skulls in the elemental library. Take the shortcut and use the vents to get there. All right, we can break this now. And we have another one. For anyone, help. Somebody's in help. Let's read what it says. I'm worried that the reactor will gain too much energy. It should be deactivated without damaging it. Otherwise, the time will reset. Again, maybe we can reset it somehow. But in night 8, the energy pattern will be complete. Oh my god, I almost died coughing. And dark energy will be building up. In Night 9, the frozen clock, which I always try to protect my employees from, it contains dark magic, will not half reset time anymore. The reactor must be destroyed or time will never pass again. What do I have to do? Help me. A little bit of lore added to the map here, but we can break the clock and continue as Night 7 has been completed. We're back here. We can bone meal some of our yard. Let's do that. There we go. Wow. Am I the only one who actually doesn't like bone mealing my land? It actually looks worse with grass on it. When I have bases, I just flatten everything. I don't know if that makes me crazy, but oh man, the death exhibition. And this is touch now. Don't know how I feel about this. Enter funny text here. Let's begin. Oh boy, one more night. Is something wrong? No, why? Never mind. See ya. Okay. Instructor once again being very vague and very weird. I think I need to tell you something. Do you know how I know so much about this all? Are you telling me? No. What is it telling me? Oh, crazy. What a plot twist. That's actually insane. Okay, so yeah, this is the button. Now my plan is complete. You shall die in the Dex exhibition. Oh boy. Okay. Huh, you should have seen the look in your face. Oh, never mind. Of course I'm not the mastermind. I'm the freaking head system. Okay. But why'd you tell me? I want to wake you up. This is an important night. Okay. Well, bye. Gotta go now. Destroy the bomb. Leave me out to hang here, hand system. We have a torch that can be placed on wool. Skull of Death that can be placed on soul stand, and some more cobblestone placing ladders, more torches, and more torches that can be placed on bookshelves. I assume to light stuff up. It means there could be something dark coming up here, but let's get into the exhibition of death. Wow, that's a lot of gravestones. Not sure how I feel about that. Those are red, violets are blue. If you don't eat your breakfast, I will find and kill you. Okay, eat your breakfast, guys. Most important meal of the day, and apparently somebody will die. If you have a storage key that can place on a block of gold, and a sign that says, "I won't let you die in here, LOL." Nice. All right, let's go back to this area and put this on the storage key. Now that we're in here, we have a stone pickaxe that can break bone blocks, and a couple chests that we can reach, but like only barely get to this chest. Oh, I think we can. Something's in it though. I doubt we're supposed to be able to get to that back chest unless we get into the vents. But with the stone pickaxe that can break the bone block, we can come back in here and get into here. This is a dead end. Nice. However, this hopefully will not be a dead end. Jump scare. Oh, I see. Gave us levitation, which I think we can use to get up here. Nice. All right, now that we're up here, use the barrier breaker to get in. Do we still have the old wooden, oak fence thing? Yeah, we are using like all our tools now to get through here, and the vent tool. I assume we're allowed to place these torches down because I want you guys to see what I have to deal with here. All right, and the digger and the sword breaker. Nice. Wow, we have so many tools. And now that we're here, we can might as well break this vent. This allows us to get back to that graveyard section, which I don't really think we're going to want to, but it's there if we need. We can go this way, which leads us to the storage area. I think we're going to be able to go in here and get that last chest, but I'm scared I'm going to soft lock myself. Okay, no, that was a good thing to do. Gives us a diamond hoe that can break a glass pane, which of course is going to allow us to get out of here. All right, that was a good use of a drop down. I was scared that was going to be a soft lock, but all right, let's go back to the vents now and go this way, which will lead us to the elemental library section. I think we're going to be already able to access this, and I think that's a chest we've already accessed. Before we drop down, I'm going to go this way. This is a triple shield. Oh man, this is going to be like using every single one of our tools to get through, and all of those have been used, and we are now up here. Whole ton of chests. Let's see if anything's in these. Ladders that can be placed on cobblestone, end stone button, and a couple other useless stuff. The clock's in here, by the way. I can see it behind me. However, we're not going to be able to get to it because there's a ton of chests in the way. So we probably need a chest breaker. All right, let's go back to the elemental library since we never explored this. Yeah, I think we already accessed this area, but good thing to check at the end. All right, so if we have an end stone button, I assume that's going to be here. So let's press that and get in here. All right, once again, we're access to the bomb, and there's a chest down here. Can break missing no and can be placed on a missing no. Must be repaired as a diffusing tool and another cobblestone ladder and a wooden axe that can break a chest. All right, I guess we're going to leave the bomb to be for now, and I guess we'll go back up to the vent system with the old chest breaker and get to the clock. Come back up here with the old wooden axe, which is the chest breaker, and break the ice to continue. Night 8 has been completed. Let's see what the inventory removes from us. So obviously all of these tools over here are important. I assume the clock and item frames I'm also not supposed to have, but I've gotten somehow. Oh, and we have enough stuff to make some cool lights for us. I've just realized I've now placed that too high. I can't place the glowstone on it. Okay, well, I've made a very ugly looking light. This is terrible. I probably shouldn't have bone mealed the stuff because now I didn't have space to place the lights for my house. But it doesn't matter because we're now into the final thing, the dark exhibition. Man, it is dark. However, we can still press the hint button and continue. The dark exhibition is finally here. Everything you've gathered comes together here. That kind of rhymed. Oh, that's because it was here and here. Where are you talking about? Are you talking about? Just tell me what to do. Don't press the button. Defuse the bomb. You'll be fine. Have fun and enjoy. Okay. Don't pay too much attention to the hint system. Press the hint button now. All right, let's do it. Everything is now adjusted to the dark exhibition. The windows, the library, even the button is different. All right, here's the deal. The bomb must be defused ASAP, but I'll explain the problem. The bomb has 3 parts: the elements, the energy, and the TNT. Destroy the elements with the diffusing tool. Can't help you with that. Okay. Destroy the energy by deactivating the power reactor. No idea where it is. Probably in the library or the exhibition. And destroy the bomb, you have to press the button. I assume we have this emergency button, which we could change the button for. So there's everything you know. All right, open the library. I'll save this museum. Wow, it is dark in here. I assume that's why they've given us all these torches, which I am going to place because I want you guys to actually see the game that I'm playing here. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. So this is when all those tools come to play. Whole ton of cobwebs that we can break with the old cobweb breaker. Let's just explore the library. I'm going to destroy all these like cobwebs for like no result. Like nothing's going to be in here. Oh, there's a chest though. Infinite darkness can be placed on a black shulker box, which I assume opens up the dark exhibition. All right, there's also appears to be a door here in the middle. This thing, I think we're going to need to access that with the vents. So good thing we have that dark exhibition key because we can come back here and place it down. Oh, we got a shift. There we go. Dark Exhibition, and we can use some of these torches on the wool. Light this place up because, man, it is dark in here. Whole ton of skulls. Don't know how I feel about that. Way to get to the vents, potentially. I'm not sure. Looks to be a redstone puzzle. Not sure how I feel about that. And a whole ton of black shulkers. One has a key. Storage key. It must have been somewhere. And a whole ton of shulkers that are empty. All right, well, let's use the storage key to get into the storage. Flip this. All right, wow. Here comes that puzzle. Okay, if that doesn't work, Dark Exhibition 268. So if this is 9, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and oh boy, 8. There we go. That opened the door. Hopefully that I didn't mess up because I pressed the wrong thing, but oh, here's our cobblestone. That means that we have to break some of these oak fences to actually allow us to get up here. And the final vent at the top. And we can place the ladders down, which allows us to climb this if needed. But before we do that, we open this door, so might as well check this out. Repair machine. I assume we have to repair the diffusing tool. I don't know if we have to put that in the hopper or this dropper, but I assume the hopper because now it can, wow, it can break a lot of purple blocks, leaves. That sounds like all the stuff that was below the bomb. So I'm going to go check that out in a second. But first, let's go back up to the vents. Element shield active. Okay, so first we got to turn off the element shield. That way we can actually get through the vents here. We also can't get into here. We have a lever, though, that we can place on coal. That is the darkness key. Now that we're down here, we have this, which we can break all of the blocks. This is going to take a while, but it's going to be important because we do need to defuse this thing. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8. The energy flow has been removed. We can break the clocks and item frames. I did that last time. I don't think this really matters, but I'm going to do it anyways because better safe than sorry. If you're defusing a bomb, break everything, you know? And we got some of the dirt and soul sand back. I don't think we need that, so I'm just going to try and sort out my inventory a little bit more. So now that that bomb has been defused and we have a message that the energy flow has been removed, I think that means we're able to go back up to the vents and perhaps try and get to that one section. Yeah, now we can get into here. There's a chest in the way. Good thing we have ourselves the old chest breaker and some more stuff in the way. We got to break this with all the tools that we finally collected. They're all finally coming into play. Let's go this way because I think we can get to the library. These are definitely backward stairs, so let's use the barrier breaker, get in here. Yeah, this is a way to get into the library. I don't want to drop down this middle one because that's not really helpful for us. Yeah, the only one that really is helpful is this one over here. So let's get in here because this is that locked door in the elemental library that we couldn't get to earlier. Roof key, that can be placed on emeralds. Okay, we'll go back to the roof because I want to check out everything before we have to do the whole pressing of the button, replacing it with the obsidian pressed button. Again, when you're defusing a bomb, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, the roof's right here. Let's get out that lever. Man, my inventory is a mess. And we have some more cobblestone stuff we can place these ladders on. Finally, those are coming into play. We can get through here with the iron axe and the stone pick for the bone block and a whole ton of chests. Time to get out the wooden axe and go to town on these. Oh, these are trapped chests. Never mind. Those are different. Okay. We have a stone pick that can break a dispenser. I'm going to put away some of these blocks. I don't think those are important. Same with those. Like, they don't have any item ID tags. Same with, like, the string and the oak fences. These are all stuff that I don't think we need. So I'm just going to free up some inventory spots. However, the stone pickaxe that can break a dispenser, I think I know where that is. It was where we repaired this tool. In here. This is a dispenser. Is that what we're supposed to do? I have no idea. It's the only dispensers I can think of in the entire map so far. We can come in here and break these dispensers. Ah, there's a lever back here. Let's flip this. And it's opened up this. The force field's on. I assume we have to get through this. So let's use this to break the glass pane and use the nether star to break these glass panes. Or the stained glass, rather. Emergency shutdown. Do we have the glass breaker still? Yes, we do. Man, all the tools are finally coming into play. Shut down the power. Did that do that? Oh, it did. Perfect. Dark energy has been removed, which I think means we're ready to go. Destroy the energy by deactivating the power reactor, which we've done. And to destroy the bomb, you have to press the button. So I think now it's time we have to replace all of this with the obsidian button. All right, let's do all of this. Let's make this a grand reveal. The problem is we have to replace this wooden one. Well, actually, I've destroyed all the glass, but it doesn't even matter because we have nothing to break a wooden button here. And the only thing left that we haven't really discovered is where this door goes. I have no idea. Makes me believe we're missing something in the vents, so let's go back there. Yeah, I don't think I ever went down this way. Yeah, there's a whole ton of stuff we have to break here. See, I almost pressed the button before we even did everything. That would have been really bad. All right, we can break this vent and get down here. All right, and there's a chest that can break the button breaker. See, that's the answer to our final question. Good thing we checked that. I was about ready to press the button. All right, now we can do that. Put down the emergency button. I can place on obsidian, and we're gonna push this button. Not the original wooden one, but this one. Instructor, you pressed the button? Why? You had one job. You're fired. But wait. I switched it. I replaced the stone one with a wooden one. This button is stone. I didn't press the button. I pressed the emergency one. Now the bomb is gone. Oh, I heard it just explode. I think we're done. Are we done? Are we free? The gold trophy. We can place this. Let's put it right above the bed. The gold trophy. Beautiful house. I kind of messed up with the lights, but the house looks amazing. Look at this. The light exhibition. We're back. ... ... Everyone is speechless, I guess. I think we saved it. This job was more exhausting than I thought. Yeah, you're dang right it is. Well, no reason to not press the button anymore. So now what do I do? Well, the museum is always open for you. We're having a brand new exhibition to celebrate the freedom. Want to see it? I'd love to. I predicted what I was going to say. Come on in. Hey, thanks for playing. There it is. Perfect. Well, that is the map, guys. Look at this. We can spectate the map. Well, I mean, this section's kind of... Oh, geez. This is like the whole... I'm a floating head. If you guys liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for more.